Hey, what's up guys? It's Fanis again, back again with another video, and today we're gonna talk about modders, mercs, and essentially cheaters. Now, funny enough, you might find this a bit strange. I don't count merking equally as bad as modding in the game, and let me explain myself. Of course, both of them are really bad for the health of the game, the fan base, and Kabam, who, let's not kid ourselves, Kabam makes the game, and both activities hurt Kabam both financially and reputationally. However, I can understand someone who is contemplating whether to become, let's say, a merc or not, because what is essentially a merc? This is a military term. It is a mercenary. Now, in game, a merc is used. He offers his services when asked from a certain person with regard to completing a certain piece of content. Usually, it evolves around legend runs, or let's say Act 6, who is a demanding piece of content, a difficult piece of content, a piece of legends, Karina's challenges, you name it. So whenever a person has trouble completing either one of those contents, they resort to the services of a merc. Actually, the reason I don't have problem with mercs, let's say, or not as big of a problem with mercs, is that at the end of the day, mercs usually take advantage of the stupidity of their clients, their customers. So the real problem, the underlying problem beneath the merking activity, so to speak, is not the mercs themselves, it's their clients. I mean, I cannot fathom why someone who actually likes playing this game, I cannot fathom, it's mind-bending actually, to not try to complete the content yourself and hire someone to do it for you and pay him. And not only pay him, actually giving away your account details, your email, to a third person, to a person that you don't know, who he might scam you at the end of the day. Because, I mean, let's say you are a group of friends, 3-4 friends, and you all play MCOC. It makes sense, let's say, to collaborate if you are, let's say, in the same country and you are really close friends and you like progressing together. And let's say I was having a problem with the path, with the Grandmaster quest, and I wanted to complete it so badly. I would maybe understand someone who would give their account or their device to a friend to, let's say, do a run at Grandmaster. But to actually go at arms and lengths to contact, let's say, a person in Guatemala or whatever, in Mexico or Turkey or wherever, to do this piece of content for you, and you actually pay him to do the content, it's mind-blowing. I really cannot comprehend why someone would do that. If you do not know how to play the game in general, or you have a trouble, let's say, defeating Grandmaster, you could easily spend the same amount of money that you pay the merc to do the job for you. You could easily give them to Kabam. And I don't know exactly the prices the mercs require. For example, you could easily give out, let's say, 50 euros or dollars to get a Black Panther's treasure at the end of the day. Or you could just have been a bit more patient and farm revives. You could easily go, let's say, to Act 3.2.6 and farm revives. Or do the daily events. Now we have hero use. or grind a bit of arena. Ramp up your unit stash. So the real problem here is not the mercs. The mercs profit off the stupidity of their clients. It's mind-bending how someone can pay a third person to play the game for them. It's really low-level thinking, low-level. That's why I don't have as big of a problem with mercs as I have, and now it's the second topic, with the modders. Modders are the worst, in my opinion, the worst. And here's the reason. They fuck up mostly competitive pieces of contents, like battlegrounds. Like, let's see the current leaderboard. Not that one. Of course, Kabam has made some progress with cheating. For example, like 1-2 weeks ago, the leaderboard was flooded with low Thronebreaker accounts, sub 1 million, something like that. And my, let's say, concern is this. Why would you mod in the first place? Why would you mod in a game such as MCOC that you don't actually like to play? Of course, you can make a distinction, because from my encounter from, let's say, global chat, most of the modders in here are either teenagers or adults. Now, in the case of teenagers, if someone is a modder and is a teenager, let's say he gets a pass, because if we are gonna be honest, a teenager is not usually mature enough to understand the harm that he's doing in the game. Still, it's just plain stupid to mod a game that you actually cannot know how to play. And what's funny, it's actually the excuses they make for modding. You know, guys, I usually talk in global chat from time to time, just to troll around, to mess around with people, always respectfully, but I have, let's say, that dirty pleasure. I like interacting in global sometimes. And there are always 1 or 2 mercs essentially bragging about their accomplishments, let's say, quote unquote. And when I ask them respectfully, what is your reason for modding? 9 times out of 10, they usually say that, oh, funnies, you know, I started modding because I could not beat Act 5 content or Act 4. Or some other modder would say, oh, fuck Kabam, they are too expensive, and I bought, let's say, 30 calf crystals. Let's say, yeah, I bought 30 calf crystals and I didn't get Dr. Doom. First of all, let's address the Act problem they face. Unless, of course, they are trolling, because you cannot rely on their word. They say they didn't pass Act 5, but the reason for modding, there might be modding for another reason. There was this dude, I don't remember his name, he said he could not pass, let's say, Act 5.1.4. I mean, my dude. Let's bring a team of 4 stars. And not some great team. Let's bring, let's say, Korg. What else? Star-Lord, Black Bolt, Wolverine, and Hawkeye. This dude was telling me he could not beat Act 5.1.4. What's the node? What are the nodes in here? We have life transfer. Let's do a bit of Act 5, guys. Let's take whatever path. I don't know, let's go up. Let's see the difficulty of the node. Life transfer, the opponent takes direct damage over time, losing 2% of their max health per second, but life stealing 125% of their damage done. So essentially, if you just parry and do damage from time to time, you can essentially take no damage back. Yet even if you receive damage, let's say they hit you, you can go back up to full. So let's go with black here. And I'm not even doing damage, just parry. Unless this person does not know how to parry. So this modder was telling me that he cannot do this quest. Look how easy it is. Look. So this person started modding for this. Because he cannot do a simple parry. Are we kidding ourselves right here? Let me go back down to 0%, near to 0%, and still win this fight. Are we serious right now? And this guy has a rank 5 5-star gifting. All of the modders say this, they cannot do Act 5. That's why they started modding, supposedly. I mean, if they cannot do such a simple quest, why they even bother playing this game at this point? And now you see me, I intentionally take damage. They can still win this fight 100%. And I'm not actually bragging here, it's a simple concept. Parry, and the note says lifesteal, as long as you do damage. Oh, come on, dude. So this modder told me he could not do this quest. My grandma can do this quest. And you get the point. So we have modders who are essentially at the early stages of the game. And of course we have modders. Let's see that famous bozo here. Big account modders. Who was that? Raymond. I mean, look at his account. How big of account is that? How stacked? And he started modding for what actually? Just to place, instead, let's say of Celestial 5 in Battlegrounds, he wanted by all means possible to go first, Celestial 1. And to get what? Like 40,000 extra tokens. These are the tokens. He was willing to risk his stacked account, and he was warned many times, in YouTube mainly, from Beroman. By the way, kudos to Beroman. Beroman is like the Kabam employee who is not an employee of Kabam regarding BG modding. He was warned several times that he was manipulating the matchmaking system, and still he was willing to continue modding just to place first. I cannot fathom the stupidity. And Kabam, I can at this point, I understand Kabam why they didn't permanently ban. I know it's an unpopular opinion, but accounts like that one, like Raymond, I mean, look at him, he's number 7 in the world, and he's probably a big whale. I can understand why they didn't ban him. But even a 1-week ban has ruined his MCOC experience. This person can no longer find a high-level alliance. What is the reason for him to continue playing at this point? I mean, look at his prestige, his relic prestige. And all that for what now? He may not be banned permanently, but he has ruined his own MCOC experience. It's mind-bending that they want that instant gratification of, let's say, placing number 1. And for what? I mean, of course, the difference between first place and 5th might be not, I don't remember exactly the rewards, maybe 40, 50,000 tokens. But what's 40, 50,000 tokens for him to get what? Some extra rank 4 materials? Or some relics? Who cares? He could easily whale out in a gifting event, or Cyber Weekend, or 4th of July. My final plea is this, especially to modders and low account modders. Please try do the content honorably. It's just low level thinking to mod the entire account progress, because all these modders, even if they mod all the way from Act 1 through Act 6 and do also Abyss of Legends, it still takes time to pass through all this content, even if they don't do it 100%. I mean, it's mind-bending how stupid that activity is. It's mind-bending. And sorry, if you cannot do Act 5, Chapter 1, you should quit the game, honestly. Because you are both wasting your time, the fan base's time, because you also see modders in Arena taking spots. Although it used to be much worse back in the day. I don't know the leaderboards. Yeah, arenas might be legit now, but you get the point. If you cannot do a simple Act 5 fight or quest, I'm sorry, find another gamer. Because in my estimation, if we're gonna be honest, in 1 to 2 years from now, Act 5 is gonna be like Act 1. Because with the 7 stars coming, and in my estimation, if we were gonna have 7 stars, why not have 8 stars in 5, 6 years from now? Or even longer? Why stop at 7 stars and not at 8? And you know, you have Book 2, and you see how much room there is for extra acts to be introduced. So it's a matter of time before Act 5 becomes the new Act 1, essentially. So you're gonna start with 4 stars. They are not gonna even be 1 stars, 2 star champions. In my estimation, the star level will begin from 4 stars now. So you're gonna easily start with 4 stars and start your journey, your MCOC journey from Act 5. And another reason for that, for my argument, is you see Act 1, they have reduced it, they have greatly reduced the energy cost and the quest. Same with Act 2, Act 3, Act 4. Act 4 is still a bit long to explore, but nowhere near what someone had to spend time-wise, unit-wise, energy-wise to explore Act 4. So I believe they are going to be reduced even more. So Act 5 is gonna be the starting act, essentially. So if you cannot even do a simple Act 5 quest, either be patient and farm units or revives, or at the end of the day, it's not a shame in my opinion. Get this Collector's Daily card. Why not? Anyway, that's for my rant, guys. Tell me down in the comments what's your opinion about Mercs, Modders, and what can be done to deal with them. Thanks again. Peace out.